Ready? Mm-hmm. Greetings, Internet. Welcome to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Hello.
Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me on our bed for our little program here. Okay, so let's talk about our Saturday. So first off, we did grocery outlet, bargain market, but we knew we were going to go to Costco. So grocery outlet, bargain market, we said, okay, just bars and produce. Bars as in like the protein bars or whatever, healthy-ish bars. And then produce, you wanted some broccoli, but you didn't want broccoli from Costco.
No, I like the fresh broccoli better
Ah.
than the frozen crap.
Well, they have both, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, but both in substantial amounts. And yeah, the fresh will go bad quicker. So we go to grocery outlet bargain market first, 7 a.m. Carla tells us her brother passed right away. Right when we walked in.
Yeah, I was so sad to hear that. She talks about her brother all the time.
Yeah.
That's her only sibling.
Yeah.
He lives pretty close by. They were very close. They were always talking on the phone to each other and seeing each other. So very sad for her.
Yeah. And she said on a lighter note, she said her his funeral / wake is going to be at a place that has a bar. And she's like, there's got to be a bar. He loved to drink. We're going to drink. And they're definitely going to be serving some cocktails at his funeral. So it was raining. Our shopping cart, at this particular gross out, the shopping carts are outside. So we had a wet shopping cart. We came inside and you began to dry it.
Yeah, they had paper towels by the door for this purpose, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not going to put our groceries in a wet cart, especially stuff that's in like a cardboard box or something that will get drenched and destroyed.
Well, I proceeded to put a box of wheat thins, cost $2.49, same size, Walmart, $3.68. Okay. Shopper of the year over here. I proceeded to put a box of wheat thins into because you just dried the little part where you put the baby, right, with the little 2-leg openings.
Yeah, I just tried the front part because we weren't getting much. I thought that might be enough space for us.
Yeah, and I put a box of wheat thins on there, and you said, do you want your wheat thins wet? And I said, well, honey, there's a plastic bag inside this cardboard box, insulating, protecting my precious, precious wheat thins. But you didn't dry off the rest of the cart. Was that just too much?
Yeah, it's too much. That was going to take a while. And I didn't think we were going to get that much groceries.
Oh, right.
So it was fine, I thought.
We could have taken it to Quick Quack in the very end, like the fans that go, woo.
That's what they need when you walk into the door.
For sure. So you started piling stuff up in the little front area where you put the baby. And then you put a pack of tortillas on top of this pile. And it proceeded to fall to the ground. And what happened next, darling?
I put them back and I got a new package.
Wow.
That wasn't sullied.
Wow. I feel sorry for the person grabbing that pack of tortillas, thinking they're nice and fresh and non-tainted and that haven't fallen on the ground.
What you don't know won't hurt you.
I know. We probably do it all the time.
Oh. You don't even know. You don't want to know what our groceries have been through. I'm sure they've all touched something disgusting.
Yeah. Then we went to Walmart for our grocery pickup. You were hungry.
I was like lightheaded.
Yeah.
Woozy.
Yeah. So while you waited for pickup, I walked in. You liked their chicken sliders. They didn't have any chicken sliders. We're talking about the hot food, like the deli area. I proceeded to walk from your Kia Sorento in the torrential downpour rain. Okay, it wasn't torrential, but it was raining. It was cold. And I walked in, and they didn't have any chicken sliders, but they had sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, which I got for you. And then I got myself a tater bomb, which is a new product they're slanging for breakfast. Once again, this one self-checkout is dedicated to scan and go. And this particular instance, there were two guys who were having all sorts of problems. Walmart associate was looking through their products. She had her little handheld clickety-clack thing. So they were occupying the one scan and go self-checkout. Like, why don't you make more self-checkout scan and go? You got the scan part, but you need to work on the go part. Anyone can scan. It's the going. It's the expediting this transaction out the dough. You really need to get more self-checkouts for scan and go. Your sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, honey, how was it? It was about $2 and change.
It was good. The biscuit was a little stale.
Yeah.
But otherwise good.
Yeah, my tater bombs, it's basically a giant, it came in 3 in a little box. It was like a little briefcase, a little suitcase. And then we put our trash in it. It had a handle. It's kind of cute. But the tater bomb is like a giant tater tot with eggs and some meat in there, bacon, some cheese. It was fine. It's a $2 and change. It was a fine breakfast. We were eating in your car in the Walmart parking lot, living large. And then we went to Costco. Can you tell us about our cashier, honey, our checker lady?
We've had this lady before. Her name's Shelly.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw her, I remembered. I said, oh no. She was really rude to us the last time we had her.
Yeah.
And she's very, like, impatient.
Yeah.
She's very, like,
rude.
Gruff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rude.
Zero understanding, zero pleasantries. Just, like, we're still new to the Costco game. And so we don't know everything. And we don't have it down pat like a machine. She just has, zero patience for us.
Yeah, and then very unfriendly. Like, she seems very angry. Mm-hmm. And she thought she didn't scan everything that we got, so she was like, along with the bagger guy.
Innocent. He was just he was not part of the problem. He was just like, he was probably rolling his eyes in the back of his head.
She went through our checkout list 4 times, and she wasn't satisfied. We only had 9 or 8 products. Yeah. And she kept thinking she was missing something. It was so annoying, and she was being so rude about it, like we had done something wrong.
Right. And she named them off, and I was like, they're all here. And then she was like, what? And then she named all 8 items again. And I'm like, they're all here. I'm going through. She's like, salad, nan, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm looking, check. Like, what the hell was her problem?
Never again.
Do Costco cashiers count while they check things out? That was a new thing.
I think she told me as soon as we went through, I didn't want a box. You wanted a box.
Oh, yeah.
So we had left our groceries in the cart. Yeah. And so she got mad because you said we want a box. And so she said, next time, put all your stuff on the belt if you want a box. So we messed up her process because she was scanning things like from the cart instead of from the belt. Yeah. And she was angry at us.
Sorry.
I'll never go in her line again. I don't care if it's the only line open. I will avoid her in the future because that's twice now we've seen her. Yeah. And she's been so mean.
She's terrible. You should meet her after school behind the bleachers and have it out. You bought a book, honey, which was very controversial because this is Grandma Tian's Costco card. We're working our way to Grandma Liz's Costco card, gift card. And I was like, you're buying a book with our gift card?
I wanted to buy more. There was four books I wanted to buy. Yeah, I narrowed it down to 2, and you forced me to get only 1.
I said, simmer down. How about just 1? It's a fairy tales book?
It's Aesop's Fables, and it's illustrated, and it's hardcover, and it's really pretty.
Yeah, it's a beautiful cover, yeah. Is this somewhat akin to Grimm's Fairy Tales?
That was another book they had I wanted to get.
Okay.
They were only $16 each, and they're really nice.
Yeah. But you've read it before?
Yeah.
And it has a bunch of short stories. Is that what the deal is?
Yeah. You don't remember reading Aesop's Fables in school?
I remember Grimm's Fairy Tales, but I don't remember Aesop's. Yeah.
I loved reading those in school.
They're
like little short stories, and they have a moral, a lesson.
Boo! I don't want no lesson. What's one of the famous ones? Can you name it?
No.
Oh.
I can't remember.
Okay.
I have to reread the book I just bought.
But you were super protective of this book, and it was raining.
It was raining and windy. It was stormy. I didn't want my brand new book to get wet.
Right. So I put it under my hoodie. I protected it.
Yes, you did a good job protecting it.
Like my baby. Like I was protecting I was like a tiger protecting her cub. And I stashed it under my, under the left side of my hoodie. And it didn't get wet, right?
Right.
Okay.
It made it safely indoors
Yes.
to our home.
Yay. Are you gonna read it sometime?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to read it out loud to you.
Okay. You know, at first I was against it because I was like, you're wasting our gift card money on a book when we could be buying food. But then food is just something you put in your mouth and you poop out.
Yes.
Let's be frank. And a book is everlasting.
Mm-hmm. We'll have that book till we die.
Tuck everlasting, if you will. So we head over. Oh, Carla did not have bars. So we made plans to go to the South Natomas Gross Out. One thing we noticed, so Natomas is blowing up and growing and exploding, and there's tons of new developments everywhere. The names of these developments are so stupid. Here are a few IEs, for examples. There's a development called Zeta. Like what? Catherine Zeta-Jones. Oh, I see. There's one called Offset. Does the rapper have an endorsement with that apartment complex? Natomas Core. Like what the hell? That's not fun or inviting. Iron Gate. That sounds mean. Sounds like a medieval castle, a medieval torture chamber. Alira. Sounds like a Japanese Pokemon character or something. Connect, which is the new apartment complex in West Sacramento.
Connect it sounds like it just snaps together like you bought it at IKEA.
Connect 4.
Sounds very low rent.
Yeah. Well, Connect was actually a short-lived Microsoft motion sensor kind of thing that attached to your Xbox. And it was kind of VR-ish. But the promise was that it was this dealio that attached to your Xbox, and it would scan your room, and kind of like how they motion capture like the Avengers or whatever. It could track your movements, and then they would put that into the video game, and you could be, oh, IRL, and it's real, man. But it never went anywhere. It was a big failure. It sucked. But we did go through a few of these neighborhoods in Natomas. One particular, dystopian.
Yeah, it's weird. There's these new places they're building.
Yeah.
This West Sacramento as well. They try to cram in as many units as possible so they can charge people and get more money.
Yeah.
Everything's very small.
Yeah.
Everything looks uninviting,
zero personality.
Zero personality, zero cuteness.
No uniqueness.
No trees or yard or grass or greenery.
Yeah.
It's just like a bunch of little boxes stacked together.
We drove down a few streets and I was like, how do these streets have two direction traffic?
It's very tight, very crammed.
If another car
no sidewalks.
Yeah. If another car was coming our way, we'd have to pull into someone's driveway or something.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't like it.
Yeah, very odd. We went to the South Natomas Gross Out.
That's a grocery outlet.
Yes, the Grow Show. What'd you think about the South Natomas Gross Out, honey?
It's not the same. It's the same but different.
Hecka cramped.
It's not a lot of space. The aisles were very narrow.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of room to move around.
Yeah.
But the employees were very friendly. People kept saying hi, and did you notice that?
I don't know about that. There was no Carla.
No Carla.
Which you found out spelled with a K, by the way.
Yes.
Well, we get to the checkout, and one employee is having a conversation with another employee, and so I said right away, we don't want any bags, and she didn't even look at me. She kept continuing the conversation, and I was like, okay, I wasn't acknowledged, but she did give us no bags. So I was like, oh. So she was paying attention. She could multitask.
Yeah.
She could ignore me, continue having a stupid pointless conversation with a coworker, and still get the job done. You go, girl. Came home, put everything away. It's a whole deal.
It was quite the haul.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we went to 4 different places, shopping excursions. So you began to bake bread, honey. What's the deal? Why? Tell us more.
I'm thinking I'm going to bake bread for our neighbors for their Christmas goodies. Mm-hmm. And we had to do a test loaf so that we could taste it, make sure it turned out well.
Yeah.
I could practice the process of making it. I've never done this before.
Yeah.
So I got this recipe from my mom, and it's pretty simple. But something caught me by surprise, and that is the dough has to rise.
Right.
And I didn't realize it takes 3 hours for the dough to rise.
Yeah.
So that kind of shocked me.
Yeah. And it can't, you can't do it in snow, right? It has to be warm-ish.
Yes. Hot, humid climates
are the best,
I guess.
And you asked me, where's the hottest place in our home? And I said, Lennox's loft. And then you proceeded to turn on the heater to try to help?
I just left the bread in the kitchen to rise.
Yeah.
And I did turn on the heater.
Yeah.
I don't know if that made a difference.
But
slowly but surely it did rise. It took about 3 hours. And I did call my mom.
Yeah.
Because it looked like a ton of dough.
Yeah.
And I called her. Does this make 1 loaf? Does this make 2 loaves?
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing. But I ended up just making 1 loaf with it, and it was big. It grew. It got taller in the oven.
Yeah.
But it turned out really well.
So it rises while it's sitting there, and then it rises in the oven.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and it worked. It worked well. And
you were checking it like every half hour. You were a little impatient, should we say, the impatient baker, if you will. But every time you lifted up the towel, the kitchen towel you had over it, you were impressed.
Yeah, I was like, it's rising.
You were proud of yourself. You baked it. We ate some with butter, we had some like feta cream cheese or something.
Goat cheese, cream spread.
Yeah, it's outstanding.
It turned out so good. I'm so happy. I love homemade bread. I'm going to do this for us in the future.
It's so simple, yet so satisfying.
Yes. There's nothing better than a slice of bread with butter. It's
dense AF. It's not like the cheap, crappy, low-calorie bread we usually get.
Yeah, it's really heavy.
The crust is, I toasted it, and then the crust, the top part, extra crunchy, which was... I really enjoyed. You could really taste the sweetness. You put honey in here.
Yeah.
And at Costco you bought like a huge thing of honey and then 3 smaller bottles of honey.
Yes, because I'm going to be baking a lot, and all my recipes need honey.
Yeah, and they were essentially the same cost. They were 1 cent difference per ounce. Okay, Mom. But like a lot of breads, you see honey wheat, and then you eat it, and you're like, okay, whatever. But this, you could really taste the sweetness. It's super good.
Yes, I love it. Really happy with it.
What kind of bread is it? Is it a wheat? Is it a white?
It's a mixture of whole wheat flour and white flour.
Just like our love, honey.
And a little bit of honey.
Yes.
I don't know what you call it.
It's a mutt loaf. Mutt loaf, I get it. So you're gonna do this. You're baking a few next week.
Yes, I'm gonna do this for the neighbors.
Okay. And then how many people? Because actually, our neighbor Allison stopped by today. Gave us some treats, which were excellent. Yes. She does this. She did the same thing last year, where it's 3 layers. Like the bottom layer is like
I think it's a cracker, like a saltine cracker.
Yeah. And then the middle's like a toffee or nougat or something. And then the top is chocolat, and it's super good. But she's on the list.
And oop. And oop.
Our list is Allison and Andrew.
Yeah.
Debbie and boyfriend.
Yes.
Socorro.
Yes.
Kathy Bailey.
Yes. Who she was on your naughty list.
Yes, but you had an interaction with her last week and it was positive.
Oh, yeah.
You said she's got to get back on the list for a bread loaf.
So we live in a condo community, and it's like when you lived in an apartment, once a year your landlord would be like, oh, we got to check your whatever. We got to come into your apartment, whether you're there or not, and we have the right to look around. And so we have that with the fire alarms. And so Kathy Bailey escorted this company, Foothill Fire, I think their name is, around to everyone's condos, and they're just in for a couple minutes. But I'm talking with her. She went to the gym. Well, she was just sitting there getting in from the cold. And I lift. I'm really strong, but we were chatting it up. She took 3 days off of work to escort Foothill Fire around to every single person's condo. And she's salary, she's full time, she has the PTO or whatever available. But I was like, wow, that's dedication. And she was super nice. She was like, how you been? Where you been? I haven't seen you. So I was like, she's a nice gal. She's kind of not well, she's a busy lady. And sometimes you don't get the whole blue carpet treatment, if you will. But I was like, I dig Kathy Bailey. She's out here representing us residents, the HOA.
Yeah, she gets a loaf. She deserves it.
She has our best interests at heart. Baked the bread and then took showers. Time to hang out and chill. So we drank a couple Voodoo Ranger IPA juice. It's in the orange cans. I just gave some to my coworker, Mr. Powell. He loves them. I had to find out what all the hubbub was about. $11 for a 6-pack. A little pricey. 9.5% ABV, honey.
Yeah, they were strong.
If your last name is Fisher, a normal beer is about 4% alcohol. So these were over double. What did you think about them?
They were IPA, so they had that flavor. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Disgusting.
Like a real beer, like a
real beer
the
for
real
real
deal.
man.
It wasn't like the watered down Michelob Ultra we usually drink.
Yeah.
So they were strong, but I kind of like that. I kind of like that flavor.
Yeah. We had 3 each, and then we polished off a few Mickey Old Trays. And then we watched Hot Frosty, which is Lacey Shabir or K-Bear?
I don't know.
From Party of 5. It's on Netflix. It's their goofy Christmas movie. What'd you think about Hot Frosty, honey, where a snowman comes alive and falls in love with Lacey K-Bear?
It was dumb, but it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. The sound was bad. Like the ADR when they do the audio after, it was very apparent. One scene, like the dialogue was at a 2 and the music was at a 9. I was like, this is really poor mixing. But it wasn't. They didn't have a Marvel budget. Hot Frosty, the snowman who comes alive. He was into it. Comedically, no problem with him. He gave it his all. He's a fine actor, but why didn't they cast someone hotter, honey? He's an okay looking guy, but Lacey's pretty, and he's like.
Well, he was really fit. His body was nice.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I feel like they should have cast someone just much better looking. But overall, it was a fun movie. And then so we tossed back a few cocktails. We imbibed, and Hot Frosty finished, and I went to the bathroom. So we went our separate ways. I went to the bathroom, and you headed to the kitchen. And we'll talk about, you wanted to do like this butter honey thing.
Yeah, along with the bread I'm baking for the neighbors, I wanted to give them each a little like mason jar with whipped butter and honey in it. So yesterday I also was testing out whipping butter, and it did not work.
Yeah.
I don't know where I went wrong, but the butter, even though it was soft, it was like all stuck in the the metal like whirls of the
yeah.
of
the thing
electric,
you licked as a kid.
The electric mixer, like
yeah.
Anyway, it never whipped. It just like I don't know. It just like stayed in like I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. Well, so I went to the bathroom. You went to the kitchen, and I asked what are you gonna do in the kitchen? And you said, I'm gonna whip this butter. And I said, are you sure you're in the condition to whip butter, honey? And you gave me a look like GTFO. And I said, okay. So I went pee pee, and then I came back, and there was a bowl in the sink filled with water, and 5 or 6 just chunks or globs of butter in this water in a bowl, and you had a look of just sadness, and you wanted forgiveness. And so I looked down at the butter, I looked at your doughy eyes, and you said, honey, if you love me, you'll blame it on the butter. And I said, I don't know. Honey, if you love me, blame it on the butter. And I said, it's probably 20 to 30% the butter's fault. Honey.
Well, I tried to whip the butter earlier when I was sober, and it still didn't work. So
okay.
It's the butter.
But it didn't end up in the water in the sink. The whole scene was, it was a calamity. But it was fine. We do these things in jest, honey. We're just joking around. We're having fun. We knocked back a few, but it's all in lighthearted jest. And Lennox and Luna were home, so I felt fine about drinking. Then we went to bed reports say we went to bed at around 7:30. Those could be false, but yeah, we had an early night. But it was a full day, and we ended up watching Hot Frosty, which was a good time. Other stuff happening in our lives. Frankie constantly messes up our tree skirt.
Yeah, but I don't want to take it away because it just looks so barren without it.
Right. And straightening it out, it's just pointless. He's just going to mess it up again. But he does like hanging out there underneath the tree by the presents. It's adorable. But I don't... He's always messing up the tree skirt. Why does he hate fake snow? We have 3 presents currently under the tree. 1 for you, 1 for Lennox, 1 for Luna. I wrapped them all, honey. Rate my gift wrapping 1 to 10.
10.
Wow. I would rate my gift wrapping 10 for a toddler. A 3-year-old looks like they wrapped our gifts. I do the like wrapping part. Like I can surround the present, but then it's the top and the bottom when you gotta fold up the ends. That's when I really go wrong. And then I couldn't find any of the to and from little tags that normally accompany presents, and we don't have any bows. So I just started using Post-it notes.
Honey, we have all that wrapping stuff in the closet downstairs. All of it.
Okay. Well,
why don't you know that?
I use what I'm given. I'm just one man. So I just took some Post-it notes from one of our drawers, and I put your guys' names on there. We watched Charlie Brown Christmas. What'd you think of this animation, honey?
It's okay.
Yeah.
I think I like it more for nostalgia purposes than for actual quality of the show itself.
Yeah. It's no Pixar, and that Lucy, what a bee, am I right? We got some pictures that we ordered. They're coming. So our plan is to send out a couple cards, and then we're going to have a family picture in there. They're coming. Originally, they were coming December 19th, now December 17th. So first we were like, it's going to be a little close because we got to send it. One's going to my aunt in New York. One's going to my cousin in Canada. But 17th, I think we'll be okay. By the way, the pictures are from August when I was much thinner. Let's just say that. Well, I was going through my Google Photos, and I was like, no. But finally, I found one. I was like, I guess if we have to. You weren't in favor of sending a family picture out at first.
Well, who wants a picture of us?
Why not? Well, if you just get a card, you're just like, okay, this is a card.
It's fine. It's cute.
If there was money in there, maybe a gift card.
Yeah, now we're talking.
but I think a picture of our family is fine. Hopefully they put it up on their fridge or whatever. So Lennox borrowed Lincoln Wind's scooter a couple months ago, and it's in our garage, and I tried to charge it with Lennox's old scooter charger because it's the same connection. It's a little like you could plug it into a laptop or whatever. The chargers look very similar. It plugs right in. It fits perfectly. Started charging it. I was like, okay, well, Lennox, because it died after a couple of days. I was like, okay, well, Lennox can use Lincoln's scooter now. And then it was fine for a couple of days. And then it just started beeping. And it beeps constantly. It's been beeping constantly for 72, 96 hours now.
Yeah, without stop. It's you and Lennox have both tried to like turn it off.
Oh yeah.
Push buttons.
Oh yeah.
You Googled various like things to do to make it stop. It's not stopping.
I've been all over YouTube. I've been on the Reddit. It's constantly I forget why we were I was in the garage the other day, but you said, close the garage door. I don't want the neighbors to hear. It's not super loud, but if you're outside our garage, even with it closed, you can hear something.
Yeah, we can hear it here in our house when we're upstairs above the garage. So it's kind of loud.
And then Len was at Lincoln's the other day, and I said, hey, when you come home, bring Lincoln's charger. Brought home the charger, still beeping like mad. I don't know. But you don't want to give back the scooter while it's beeping.
No, we can't give it back to them.
Well, then what if it never stops beeping?
We have to fix it. I don't know. We got to figure something out. I believe in you. You can figure it out.
I've tried. I've Googled.
There was something you Googled and you had to like take apart the electronic innards of it and redo.
I ain't doing all that.
We'll do it.
It looks highly difficult. Like, it looks like soldering is involved. Have you ever soldered something?
No.
Me neither. Tape.
Okay.
This is actual tape from the incident.
Okay. So that's what we're hearing.
24/7.
Constantly.
And we can't hear it up here.
You can hear it up here when there's no other noise going on.
Yeah. If it's dead silent. But definitely I kind of like it.
Is it music to your ears?
It's like listening to Neil Diamond. It really is. Yesterday something beeped and I said, okay, was that Lincoln's scooter? Was it the fridge which beeps? Was it the oven timer which beeps? Was it the washing machine? Everything beeps. It's just one more beep. Makes me think of Lincoln Wind. Makes me miss him. Aww. I made you fried rice Friday night, honey. So I had the whole day off, and a few nights a week, actually Monday and Thursday, I come home from work and you're cooking. And so I wanted you to come home from work and I wanted to be in the kitchen. I wanted to turn those tables.
Wow.
And that's exactly what happened. So I went to Rayleigh's Hot Walk and I got a quart of chicken. First of all, like I go there and I go, wait, what's bigger, a quart or a pint?
Quart's bigger.
Okay, I got a quart. I go there and I'm like, 1 quart teriyaki chicken. And this lady does this all the time. I say, 1 quart teriyaki chicken. You want combo? I'm like, no. I don't want a combo. 1 quart teriyaki chicken. How many people are you feeding? And I go, what does it matter to you, lady? 2, but I'm making fried rice on my own. Okay. I was like, what the hell? Does she have some sort of, like, does she get commission off selling combos? Do people buy a quart and then they're like, oh, I want some rice with that. The quart doesn't come with rice. I don't know. So annoying. Came home, chopped up 3 cloves of garlic, bulbs, head, whatever the huge amount is. Did it need more garlic, honey? Did the fried rice need more garlic?
It was pretty garlicky, but I wouldn't have complained if there's more.
I couldn't. I'll do more. The cutting board was full of garlic, but definitely can do more. And then I also got the technique down where some of the rice was actually like literally fried rice. So it had some crunch on there. I put my fried rice up against any Chinese restaurant in West Sacramento.
Wow.
Definitely better than Panda.
Oh, definitely.
I don't mess around with the veggies. Okay. I don't need the little peas and the carrots, whatever. That's all filler.
The only thing I wished you had added was onion.
Yeah. We had onion, but I was like, I don't need another element here. But yeah, I got the sesame oil, got the soy sauce. It was really good. And then that teriyaki chicken from Hot Wok, light years ahead of Panda's teriyaki chicken. Like, the quality of chicken is better. The sauce is better. They throw onions in there. I don't know who's out here eating Panda. And then, speaking of Rayleigh's, honey, had some coupons for free rice-a-roni. I don't know where I got these from. I got them somewhat recently. I write to companies if we have a poor experience. Sometimes I stretch the truth, but there's always the nugget of truth in there, and sometimes I lie, but the kernel of truth is crucial, and that's what it starts with. But we had 4 coupons for free rice-a-roni, or there's 3 brands: Rice-a-roni, Pastaroni, and Far East, and took them to Rayleigh's. It was a little disappointing that rice-a-roni is less than $2 a box, $1.89. Normally $2.39. But we got a couple boxes of rice-a-roni. You got a couscous thing?
Yes. Yeah. I love couscous.
Yeah. And then I also had a coupon. Again, I don't remember. Oh, I remember what happened. Got a bag of Smart Food popcorn. It's in the black bag, the white cheddar. And one of the bags was just open on the little, on the bottom. So it was kind of stale. I still ate it, whatever. I don't care. But I wrote to Smart Food, Frito-Lay, whoever it is, and they sent me a coupon for free popcorn up to $3.99, and then Rayleigh's had the family size, sharing size, whatever, for $5.99. So we got 2 boxes, 1 box of rice-a-roni. Was yours rice-a-roni or Far East?
I believe it's Far East.
Far East, same company. And then we got a big bag of popcorn, all for $2. We still have, and like, it was only 1 transaction per person. So I got a box of rice-a-roni. You got a box of Far East. And then I have 2 more coupons, but I was like, let's not push our luck.
Yeah.
And the Rayleigh's cashier lady who's doing the self-checkout, she was super nice. She was helping us out. She didn't have a problem. She didn't care. Yeah, we got a box of rice-a-roni, box of Far East, big box of popcorn for $1.99. I think Grandma Teen would be proud. And we still have 2 more boxes for rice-a-roni or Far East or pastaroni to go. Okay, well, are we done, honey?
Yes.
Well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate. Or don't. Do whatever you want. You're grown up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for Hot Wok at Rayleigh's. We don't have a promo code for Hot Wok at Rayleigh's. Goodbye, my parasocial podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, Carolyn may have slept until noon today.
No.
The Voodoo Ranger put you out. You were not in good condition today.
Okay.
I was up at 5:30. Okay.
I was awake off and on, but I didn't actually get out of bed till like 11 a.m.
I was up at 5:30. I was scooping Frankie's poop. I was vacuuming. I was doing dishes, laundry.
Oh, good for you.
I had a whole thing. No, I took care of the homestead, honey.
I did the dishes last night before I passed out.
You did. That's
okay,
right.
I cleaned the kitchen.
That's right. The blame it on the butter incident notwithstanding, after that you did all the dishes in your altered state.
Thank you.
Which I really, really appreciated. By the way, speaking of doing dishes, so I washed some glass bakeware, and then I put it on the counter on a towel to dry. And then you took a close look at this glass bakeware and you said, it's not clean yet. And you held it up to the fluorescent light in the kitchen. And I said, well, honey, the fluorescent light is very unforgiving to old, musty bakeware. So you proceeded to wash it more further again. Did you make an impact, or did I do good enough job? You're questioning my thoroughness, my cleaning skills.
I made it better.
1%, 5%, 10%,
2% better.
Good job. Thank you for caring. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. We hope you have a wonderful day / night. Bye.
And oop. Ooh.
We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy tender? I can't eat no longer. And oop.